Throughout the circle of life, there will be times where you experience true pain. Like being broke, getting cheated on, your favorite sports team still being ass, and your best video getting blocked for copyright. But one of the biggest pains in life is seeing your favorites, your idols, becoming absolutely washed. Becoming Celtic Shaq, Podcast P. I'm Australian, so Daniel Ricciardo's last few stints in Formula 1 had me devastated. Thank fuck we have Piastri. And this sentiment is also present while watching anime, as sometimes characters you like become so sorry, so unbearable, that you'd rather see them get killed off than appear on your screen.
Fuck off my screen, you ugly ass little rat ass bitch! Oh shit.
So here are times when my favorite anime characters just went out sad. So I'm just gonna get this one out of the way real quick, but in 7 Deadly Sins, my favorite character was Ban. Off the rip, I thought he had a pretty cool introduction, sleek design, questionable drip though, but he somehow pulls it off, and he even has cool powers. Being the Fox's son of greed, he has the ability to steal his opponent's items and even stat attributes. Like bro is cheesing. But the most intriguing thing about him was the fact that he was immortal. And me personally, I love when characters in any media question the implications of living forever, as some characters seek immortality to escape death or to rule forever, while other characters who are cursed with near immortal status instead become depressed, lonely, and sometimes even chase death themselves. And so when I was first watching this, I was interested on how Ban would tackle those notions. So if Ban has the complete package as a character, what could possibly go wrong? But it's just like when Chance the Rapper thought he couldn't fail after meeting Kanye, as on the fateful day of Season 2 Episode 13, Ban starts off by pouring one out for his dead pops. RIP to Ban's dad, who looks like he could be in the main character of Beastars. And while Ban is mourning, he has a baddie in Jericho right next to him, who has been by his side this entire time. I want you to keep that in mind for what's about to happen next. Ban looks at Jericho, and suddenly there's someone coming from a portal, trying to off her from behind. Ban then knocks Jericho out the way, but he gets caught with a hole in his chest, doing his best friend Goku impression. But as we mentioned before, Ban's immortal, so this is nothing to him. And as it turns out, it was some little girl who turned Ban into a donut. And I know she looked like a kid, but I'm watching this trying to tell Ban to waste her! Waste her! Waste her! But what happens is the most vile, disgusting shit I've ever seen.
Whoa, 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 hey, 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 hey!
And after first seeing that monstrosity, you thought maybe that Ban was caught off guard or he was being hypnotized, but nah, because after you've barely recovered, they start making out again. But this time, they start grabbing each other's hair. Like what freaky shit is this? Just already. No, I rebuke that last statement. Don't do it. Shit. And this is where I first started to believe in magic, as I saw my goats turn into drakes. Hey, yo. And I know what some of the comments are gonna say. Dynasty, you know that Elaine is actually over 1,000 years old? And my response to that is, okay. Like, take a look at this frame real quick. She could be 1,000,000 years for all I care. Does this look morally correct to you? And if you say yes, I'm sorry, but you got to go. And I'm sorry I keep putting this shit on your screen, but keep in mind, someone had to animate this. No. Keep in mind, someone had to draw this and thought, yeah, this writing is fire. And this tarnishes Ban's character for me, not just because he had someone of age right there who was into him the entire time, but because when he gives up his immortality to save someone else's life, making it ironic that the person branded with the sin of greed would do something like this, it's hard to appreciate this feat when he's saving someone, the love of his life by the way, who still looks like she has the body of a child. Like bro, look at these frames. I dare you to tell me there's nothing wrong with this.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
And this contributed to the 7 Deadly Sins anime as a whole being slandered as the 7 Deadly Karl Malones, as almost every main character got a serious case against them like ain't no way. So when Light acquired the Death Note, he immediately becomes a mass murderer and self-declares himself as the new god of this world. Keep in mind, he's doing this while he has loving parents, is gifted academically, and is considered extremely hot. He's just doing this for the love of the game. And upon gaining the Book of Doom, Light starts talking crazy, talking about how if anyone defies him and his methods, such as the police, they are catching a heart attack straight to the... well, their heart.
Boy, if you don't...
But it only took until episode 2 for him to get humbled, as L finessed him, and then dared Light to kill him live on broadcast where all of the Kanto region could see. and bro couldn't do it.
Damn it, he got me!
Light, as a self-proclaimed god, got put on fraud watch and it's only been a couple of days. But that wasn't the part where he went outside. As Light said, "Ooh, I needed that," like Drake on headlines, and went on a 2018 LeBron run. Pure domination, as he slimed the FBI investigator, then stunted on him on his way out, and then pulled off a manipulative masterclass that could only be rivaled by Gohan to pack up his FBI wife. And I know slamming out the entire marriage got him feeling himself, but Light's most impressive feat was after he gained some heat from L and the police, so he revoked memories of the Death Note to move all innocent. They had him moving soft like he got hit with an animation style change, until he retrieved the notebook at the perfect opportunity, regaining his memories
Excuse me, what the actual fuck?
while simultaneously slamming out two of his biggest ops at the time, and a victory of that magnitude had Light ecstatic, as evident by him throwing it back on L's grave.
No disrespect, but I didn't know you had ass.
Get the fuck out of the pool!
Insane stuff, but unfortunately, he emoted too early, since he is a villain in a main character role, where just like all these other characters, his time would soon come to an end. And just to put it out there, I'm not opposed to villain main characters meeting their fates, as it displays how corrupted and egotistical they have become, leading to their obviously eventual downfall. But I would like to see a character in this trope actually succeed for once. But the way the second half of Death Note did Light, it was like he had to die for the sake of it, showcased by how Nia had 99 intuition the entire time. Like people thought the Light vs L battle was unfair, since Light had mystical arts on his side, but they don't mention him having to go up against the literal Avatar state.
Could X-Kid be Teru Mikami?
That motherfucker's cheating! Take my word!
Like I see how it is. But anyway, Light thought he had called game after Mikami writes down all the names in the warehouse, but after 40 seconds pass, nothing happens. This is because Nia's team was able to recreate an exact replica of Mikami's Death Note, while perfectly forging through his handwriting for over 2,000 names in a single night. Like yeah, okay buddy. Keep in mind this whole situation could have been avoided if Mikami stashed pages of the Death Note away, like what Light does with his watch. But of course, they had Light and his protege moving like absolute donuts the entire time. And after this happens, Light starts to lose generational amounts of aura. Like look at bro's face, he knows he's finished. And as the task force goes to arrest Light, trying to secure that Kira bounty, bro turns on the jets and turns into a track star, only to immediately eat shit. Light knows he's cooked, so he at least tries to go out looking cold, like how Whitebeard went in Marineford, hitting that same evil laugh and pose combo he hit Ray Pemba with. But at this point, absolutely no one was feeling that shit.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Light then tries to fire off a Hail Mary by writing the names down in his watch, but instead he gets mag dumped, got them all laid out in a puddle, before Ryuk finally said that the job is finished, and seeing Light go outside like this made me realize one important thing: Lelouch better. As you can tell by my avatar, profile picture, icon, whatever you call it, my favorite character in not just the Dragon Ball franchise, but in anime as a whole, is Gohan. As through his growth as a character, every one of his iterations have been fire. Until we get to Resurrection of F, because as soon as Gohan went from looking like this in Battle of Gods to pulling up in a crusty green tracksuit with some bummy ass glasses, I knew straight away that my goat was washed. And the movie tried their best in trying to fool us into thinking Gohan was still cold, by having him stat padding against some fodder ass Frieza soldiers.
Weak? Nope. Oh, got his ass.
Weak?
Like we are not moved. Piccolo then starts boxing with the alpha of the Frieza squadron, whose name I've forgotten, but it doesn't matter, as Gohan intervenes, takes off the Cartiers, turns Super Saiyan 2, I think, and then one-taps the bull. And I'm thinking, hell yeah, he may look like a bum, but he's still like that. But that is until Frieza sees this and gets PTSD from when he first got offed and declared that Gohan must go by any means possible. So Frieza, still in his first form, confronts Gohan, and I'm thinking Gohan's gonna clap Frieza form 1, 2, and 3. Frieza goes into his final form, obliterates Gohan, Goku and Vegeta come and save the day. Cool, I can live with that, he still had a performance. But no. Instead what happens is Frieza, who has still not transformed, blitzes and one-shots Gohan. Got his eyes rolled all the way back like he smoked with Snoop Dogg. But you know what's even worse? When they decided to retell this movie in Dragon Ball Super, and they saw Gohan's sorry ass performance and said, oh yeah, we can beat that easy. As they start off by having Gohan box against this bold guy, who's actually Captain Ginyu, and Gohan is currently getting his ass worked, as Ginyu catches him and then spins him around. But then Gohan stands up, turns Super Saiyan, and then true shots Ginyu. He then hits the same over-the-shoulder look that Goku hit on Namek, which is something he loves doing by the way. Gotta make sure he always reps his father, unlike some people. But this once again sparks Frieza's PTSD, which causes him to start unloading the clip into Gohan's body. Got him all laid out. Keep in mind, he is still in first form while he does this. Frieza was about to fire off a beam to his dome, but Piccolo comes in and sacrifices himself. And this is supposed to be a cool callback to the Saiyan saga, but I'm not gonna hold you. That shit was ass. Gohan's a grown ass man that didn't keep himself in shape. This scene did not hit. And after seeing his mentor getting slimed, Gohan gets back up and starts powering up to the max. And I thought I was about to see a power up, or even a rage scene, like what Vegeta got in the last movie when Bulma got slapped. But nope, they say we got hella Gohan moments at home, so don't be too greedy, as the camera cuts back to Gohan and he's all sucked up dry. This frame became a staple towards Gohan slander, and it hurts to see that his power up was just used for a beacon so Goku and Vegeta can once again save the day. And you know, while I am a Gohan fan, I am not delusional. Unlike some fan iterations, I don't need Pan to get absolutely eviscerated for Gohan to become relevant as an edgy revenge demon. Like, I already have Sasuke. Okay. And I know bro doesn't like fighting, which has been made extremely obvious throughout the show, but I feel like he should still be in shape just in case someone tries to invade Earth, which is exactly what's happening right now. Like, this should be at a bare minimum, no? That's why I like Gohan's portrayal in the superhero movie. Someone who is still capable to take on Earth-threatening foes while still completing his dream studies. Like, bro even got his own moment and transformation. But I can't say that this last character has gotten the same treatment. So judging by the thumbnail, you probably already know where I'm going with this. But I will say that I'm only on episode 822 of One Piece, which is crazy that I'm saying I'm only 800 episodes into a show. God damn. So the person in question may have redeemed themselves by then, but I wouldn't have known. But the reason I liked Sanji at first was simply due to his fighting style, which consisted of exclusively kicks to avoid harming and dirtying his hands since he was a chef, which I thought was pretty cool, especially since most anime characters just be spamming punches at times, making leg combat underutilized. Like, I mean, how long did it take Midoriya to realize he could transfer one for all to power up his legs? Exactly. I also like Sanji because he smokes a lot, and smoking is cool, but only in fiction. Otherwise it's disgusting. Don't smoke, kids. And the anime gods gave Sanji fans their hardest battles, because Sanji has Toei Animation as his biggest hater. And this is no surprise since they are naturally Zoro glazers, like just look at the animation he be getting. Meanwhile, they're trying to give my boy Sanji that Barn treatment. Like, just look at how Toei has Sanji moving in their non-canon content. And keep in mind, Toei's just stat padding at this point. They didn't have to do all that, since Sanji's already taking L's in the canon itself. Like, strike one was when he said this. Bro was not cooking with that one, but the main problem with Sanji was how he got cursed with one of the worst tropes in all of anime. The perverted nosebleed gimmick, where this alongside fan service is enough to pin off anime fandoms as a whole. But me personally, I've gotten so used to the culture of this shit that my only reactions to it are this and this. Whoa, cut that last one out, But on a serious note, a gag, while almost always unfunny, can remain as whatever as long as they don't break the sacred rule of disrupting the story, like the fan service in Fire Force. And you are probably aware that this happens in the dreaded Fisherman Island arc, where Sanji, after touching some breasts, gets such a big nosebleed that he requires medical help as he's on the brink of death, turning a rundown gag into a vital plot point, as the rest of the crew actually have to save this guy. And what's worse is that through this stupid trope, we learn about the oppression and prejudice that happen between fishermen and humans, which ties all the way back to the Arlon arc. Like, no way such importance should be tied to a nosebleed, man, come on. And so the fisherman didn't want to give Sanji blood, not because of racism or whatever, but because he was washed up this arc, a straight bum. And later that arc, Sanji had the audacity to tell Jinbei to commit seppuku because of the harm he brought Nami, but he should have been the one to get offed instead, because he made me sit through hours of that pure dog shit. Anyway, heated segment aside, let me know if any of your favorite characters, in not just anime, but fiction as a whole, just became absolutely washed, making it hard to continue rooting for them. And until next time, peace.